Alright, Brian with Grand Roofing bringing you a little bit of a different video here. It's going to tie into several different things in past videos I've talked about as far as documenting everything around a property before you do the property. If there's any damages you know, note it, document it, back it up on a hard drive, whatever the case may be, in case you need to go back and reference it. What we got going on here is this roof back here we did a few weeks back. The little bit of history I know on this is the homeowners are fairly new to the property, about a year. We're out in the country. We did the roof. We had the gutters done right after the roof. And they've noticed a lot of excess groundwater around the property where the perimeter drain is. So we're going to go and investigate why I document the stuff so I can come out here. And by the way, take care of your customers. Make sure you go back to them and figure out. It might take a little bit extra time, but your reputation is important. And if you don't do things like this, you can actually ruin your reputation rather quickly. So what I do, I've been here, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes or so. I'm actually on my way to go look at a little leak inspection detective type work from a live stream I did yesterday. This is going to set me behind, but it's a customer, so we're going to take care of the customers. Customers are priority. If it's somebody that has had us do work, I want them knowing that they can trust us, that we're going to be there to take care of the problem. So going around trying to gather a little bit of info. With the gutters, we put down and put gutter extensions on, and that was one of their concerns when the quote, which is actually being done for the gutters, to make sure that what was there, how it was, is all put back. So the gutter downspouts are back where they were, and if it is an area with a negative grade, we add a gutter extension to get it down and out. So we had a big heavy rain over the weekend. The water, groundwater, is just saturated everywhere around the ground. They've got water in the crawl space. So we're going to go up and just kind of go through like I did and figure out what is going on here. So hopefully you like the content. If you got a situation like this, a homeowner, do-it-yourselfer, contractor, there's many things we can learn from this. If you could give it a thumbs up, we'll go around. This is unscripted, on the fly, so here we go. So the first thing, we're going to see what's going on here. Oh, and by the way, good thing to point out and bring up, wet right here. One of my old mentors that since passed away, he always told me, he's like, Brian, whatever the problem is, find a solution to it. Well, to find a solution, you got to know what the problem is first. Instead of saying something's broke, why is it broke? What's it doing or not doing? So there you find your problem, and then you're going to work backwards to come up with a solution to it. So I'll show you the problem, what we got going on. So the gutters that were replaced, now I want to make sure, since we were contracted to do the roof and the gutters, that's nothing that we had done wrong. So there's the gutter, it's all new. Gutter drain downspout getting passed over the possible negative grade low-lying area too, where you got an easily hill, you can see it's going to flow out. Perimeter drain, it looks like at some point prior to, back 96 I believe when the house was built, they had a perimeter drain and gutters possibly running into it. So you're gathering information at this point. What is the landscaping like? You're looking for things that possibly have tree roots, possible debris, possible gutters in the past over the years, no gutter guards, debris getting into it, flushing down into the system. If at that point it's walking and working its way down, catches an area, it could start clogging if there's roots. Eventually it'll clog and block. So what we're looking at now at this point is there's active flowing water coming out of this. I was here, dug back a little bit so you could see what's going on. The water is cleared up, it's flowing through. If you have an issue with this, with rainwater coming down and it's actually filling and the rain quits, you start getting some dry weather, it should eventually soak into the ground and work its way out. It's actually flowing and filling. So at this point, we're going to look and see what is the water source? Why is it coming? Also, get a little plant, oops, I'm stuck in some water. Just in a pinch, dug a little bitty channel here so the water can start working its way out. Get a sump pump, make sure your sump pump is working if you don't get one installed to get the water out, because at this point it's stagnant in the crawl space. So possible landscaping, trees, things like this, 20, 30-year-old tree maybe, I don't know. You got leaves that are growing up near the house, so over the years it could have gone in and down, so that's a possibility. Just keep that in mind. Again, at some point before this homeowner bought the home, all of their perimeter drains were capped off, so it's possibly something in the past running out. There's stagnant water just percolating out of the ground here. You want to get that addressed. It's flowing out everywhere here. Do a quick walk around. So there was another old one. Here was another old one. When we had the gutters, the gutter guys actually took it down here instead of having all the excess. It's not a big section of gutter, it's dumping into this one, flowing out away from the house and eventually down a slope into the cornfield. Again, why is the water here? So first thing we check is what kind of utilities are you running? they've not been doing a ton of laundry for days on end, filling up, going down. What's the septic system like? Do you have a perimeter drain around the septic? Is there something going wrong percolating into your perimeter drain? But we noticed, I don't see a condenser out here, and talking to the gutter guys, they're like, look, we've seen this, so AC, it's geothermal AC. I'm not a specialist in this area, but I do know there's a difference between open loop and closed loop. Open loop being it's pulling a source from a well or a pond, and it's doing its magic, you know, it's taking out the heat of the air, makes your house cool, but it requires something sucking and flowing. Well, where's that going? If it's a closed loop, typically it just sucks, goes through, the house does its magic and puts it back into the ground or a pond or whatever the case. So we're going to look and see what the water source is coming from. Also, talking to the homeowner, they told me before they bought the house, they had a drain tile out here repaired. So we're going to go look at that route. We're going to go check that out real quick. So there's also a corner here, right back up here. I actually took this gutter guard or gutter downspout, unscrewed it, removed it, popped the white cap off, looked down, there's standing water in there. So keep that in mind. There's fluid pressure of water around the entire house and crawl space. Got a section somewhere, it probably flows out to here. Looks like a finger system out here. We'll walk out to the side. And again, while I'm doing this, I don't want to ruin a reputation, just leave them high and dry. If it's something that even could possibly be from us, we're gonna go check it out and take care of it and see if we can get an answer, a solution going for this family. So it flows out, probably connects into a perimeter drain somewhere or a tile out into the field. There's a ditch, I don't know, maybe a quarter-mile back or so, back that way to the east, so it eventually flows there into the ditch. They have this axis here. I already popped this off. I don't know if we'll be able to see right now on camera without a flashlight, and I don't have it on me at the moment. But if you look down in here, I'll try. I don't know if you'll be able to see. There is a little bit of flowing water. Not much at all. So that tells me the pressure and the blockage up above should be blasting a jet of water down through this, and it's not. So it tells me from this point somewhere up to the water source is where it's clogged or blocked or collapsed or something. They had some, luckily some plans that they had drawn when they built the property showing where all the stuff is, but right now at this point we're gonna have them try to get in contact with the company that did this. They've got paperwork on it, and at that point, well, that'd be a good starting point because they probably have an idea what's going on, why were they here to do this, and kind of go from there. Possibility of running scopes and probing, I don't know. Again, it's out of my area. But we got to find the block and get it cleared so we can get the water flowing again. So with the geothermal heat pump, whatever it might be called, we'll go look in the utility room real quick. I got permission from them because it's just right through the garage here. Geothermal, quick little search with one of my friends. Typically 5 to 7 gallons a minute, so pretty good flow rate of cold well water. Let's run in here real quick. Is it okay to go in there real fast?
Yeah, you know where it is.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
So right in the utility room here, I believe this is going to be the geothermal unit. We've got the pressure tank and the well main coming in with the pressure switch. Coming right off of the main well line, we got this white PVC line coming through, coming into this unit. I can feel it, it's cold. This one here is a little room temperature. Again, this is out of my wheelhouse here, but I think this is the cold water coming in off the well, which is a colder ambient temperature from being buried. Does its magic and transfer reduction or removal of heat. The wastewater, being a open loop, is running into the perimeter drain somewhere. Somewhere it's collapsed and somewhere, or it's blocked. You got standing water in here. So what we're going to try to do is get a small little hole dug here, get a sump pump put in, and run it outside off the garage driveway apron just to start removing the water out of here. I don't know if you guys are watching this video, let me know why these are hot, why you have hot water coming into this. I don't know if it's used to clean the system or what it is, but that's kind of interesting. Some of the other devices, you know, probably condensation from, I don't know if it'd be the condenser evaporator, probably evaporator. I don't know which terminology it is. Condensation comes into here, as well as the pressure drain coming into here. I shined a light in there, you can see a volume of water flowing into that. And works its way out somewhere. You can see it's got water coming out of it. So I'm pretty sure this is the actual source of the water coming out. So we got to figure out, now we know where the source or what the source of the water is, get in contact with somebody that can go around, run some scopes, maybe jet blast, dig up, I don't know. You got to get the actual blockage located and repaired, whatever course that may be, to get the water flowing out and get the underneath crawl space area of the gutter back to being dry and functioning. As far as shutting the AC down, I don't know that that's necessarily a good idea, because if you're like me, I've said just in last night's stream, I don't want to go home to a hot house, so keep your AC going. If you dropped it a few degrees to maybe think that that would lower the strain of the volume, you could do that for several hours. Maybe it'd percolate out a little bit, but the minute you fire the AC back up to go up a degree or two, you're going to dump 5 to 7 gallons a minute back into that, and it's going to just overload the system again. So stay comfortable, keep your stuff going, just get on it, be proactive. Preventative maintenance can go a long way. If not, it can lead to a lot of other issues. You don't want a prolonged period of moisture in your crawl space, because it can allow, and I said something wrong the other day on the fly. Inhibit, no, it actually will encourage the mold and mildew growth. So don't panic, just get it going, get it under control. I hope the video helped. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate it as always. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you on the next video. Hopefully that's later tonight's live stream with what I see at this next stop out east of here, but I got to get busy, get to it. Have a good one. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you then.